somebody is saying, what is B12? Do we need it? And if so, are we getting enough on the sun-fired life? What foods, and if we need it, what foods can we get it from?
Well, for me now, 52 years of not eating animals, which are supposed to, be high sources of B12 vitamin. 52 years, no vitamin supplements, none of those things, no B12 supplements, no B12 patch, none of those things. I do have a B12 deficiency. I'm proud. I'm proud to have this B12 deficiency because I don't show any of the symptoms associated with a B12 deficiency as they define it. Harvard University, why is it me at 74, 52 years, don't eat no animals, I have a B12 deficiency, but my nerves are steady, no nervousness here. My brain is expanding, it's growing, it's not shrinking, no pre-Alzheimer's here.
None.
Okay? So explain to me, authority. Well, maybe you can't explain to me, but I'm gonna bail you out. Because I've been eating sun-fired foods exclusively for the past 42 years, and I've been observing this now for over 30-something years, that yes, B12 deficiency, but no symptoms, and I've been watching myself over the years. I take medical exams. Right now I do it practically on a yearly basis, and I've posted it up on Facebook and these places in the past, where everything is strictly in balance except the B12. But why don't I show the symptoms? The human body has the capability of producing an adequate amount of B12 that it needs. The average body, the amount of B12 that we consume in animal protein, very high. When we go to relieve ourselves, 95% of that B12 comes out in our excrement. So that's how they determine that you need so much B12 because so much is coming out and you need to keep replenishing. Look at all them is, and they call it science. They weren't on what, so it's based on the body of who is excrementing and what's in there and why it's coming out like that. So, from my understanding, based on my research, yes, a vegan that eats cooked food would have a B12 deficiency and would show the symptoms of a B12 deficiency. But myself, because I do not eat any cooked food, my intestinal tract, my small intestine, don't have the negative bacteria that would be found in the intestinal tract of a cooked food, vegetarian, vegan eating. So I don't have negative bacteria, I got friendly bacteria. So with my system that doesn't have any negative bacteria, it has the capability to generate the equivalent of the 5% B12 that is retained in the body of flesh eaters. So my body is generating an adequate amount of B12, just like the cow. The cow eats no B12. But look at how much B12 they generate. Why? Their intestinal tract is clean. They're eating grass in the morning with the dew on it. Now you're going to make B12 with that. Because they're hanging out in the sun all day long. It's a photosynthesis between the chlorophyll in the grass and being in the sun. So my body can synthesize the amount of greens that I eat, the amount of other foods that I eat that don't produce negative bacteria, and I hang out in the sun. That's why I live out here in the tropics, and I live in the ice box, because I got to produce my B12 and vitamin D as well.
Okay.
You know,
That's
similar situation. So, please, explain to me Harvard Medical Center, medical school. And they're into this, they're into natural living and they teach people meditation and yoga and all of that. I went to a seminar given by Harvard University Medical Holistic, arm, and them on it. But when it comes to these kind of things, I guess they read the books that was written by the supplement company. But they have to push B12. They have to push B. But then maybe them don't know because they've never really come and check with people like me.
Institute.
And people who have a system that is generating the adequate amount of B12. But if you're excreting 95% of the B12, for goodness sake, if that state didn't have no B12 in it, I'm scared of what would happen. It probably won't come out of your system, probably choke you to death. So maybe the B12 is just adequate enough in there that much to help it to pass through your system. So revisit your facts.